Hello everyone and welcome to the 60X Business Show. My name is Kitumaini and together with my guests we'll have different conversations about business, entrepreneurship and life. This is the show you've been waiting for. Stay tuned. In today's conversation, my guest is an amazing young entrepreneur. He's the founder of CropTech Limited, which is an agri-tech startup here in Rwanda that provides modern on-site farming. And how they do that, they dry maize for the local farmers. And on top of that, they're on top of the supply chain buyers' demand, where they also link farmers to the markets by providing transportation and logistics. And in the studio today, he's none than Thierry Shema. Thierry, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you very much for having me, Christian.
How are you today?
I'm feeling good, relaxed, and yeah, it's a blessing to be part of the show. Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to have you on the 60X Business Show. So what we will do, you'll be spinning the wheel, and then from there, I will directly ask you a question. Are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
So relax, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be fine. Over to you.
Oh, so like an start?
Please go ahead.
Oh.
Let's roll the drums and wait. What's going to be your next lucky number? What's your lucky number?
Like 5, I guess.
Let's see. Unfortunately, it's not 5. We got number 8. My first question, I would like to know what triggered you to venture into the business world?
Yeah, like the main motivation, like something that pushed me to be an entrepreneur, to be like just to engage myself in a business world. It was the passion for the community, the passion to bring in real-world solutions that do help the community, like creativity, innovation, and using science, so as maybe I can help people out there like facing daily challenges. Yeah.
Wow, that's basically amazing, like being driven by the problem in the community and be pushed to do that. And we were discussing before this conversation about your prototype. Can you tell me more about, for the viewers, Thierry and his company, they have an amazing tech solution, which is a mobile dryer machine which work with renewable energy. Can you tell us more about your mobile drying machine and how it works? How did you come up with the idea? Because it's basically a great solution for modern farming.
Yeah, sure. So like the idea came when back in 2018, we were at university. So I'm an engineer by education. I did civil engineering. And we started working. It was a small dryer. Actually, like the goal was to dry woods. And we made the prototype. It was a small one, a stationary one, where we were like keeping wood for 30 minutes and like between 30 minutes and 50 minutes, and the woods were dried with solar energy. So it was a closed system. And as we kept on working on the prototype, we actually made a farmer. And like we had a little conversation. So we were like, how is the agriculture industry? Like, how does it work? What are the challenges? Like, are you currently facing? And it was like, we happen to harvest maize in the rainy season. So it's like January, February, March, and April. So like these are rainy periods in Rwanda. And farmers do find it hard to dry the maize harvest. So it was like, if you can bring this solution into the agriculture sector, it can work. So, and then like, that's when we were like, so if we have to help them, the thing should be mobile, should be able to be moving from farm to farm. Yeah. Yeah, and then like, that's when we made our first prototype, which it was like 2 meters high and like 15 meters, I mean like 2 meter by 50 centimeter. And then like, we could carry it and move on. So, and then like, we dried the first maize, and when we went into the hackathon to test the idea, and like we won the first prize, and we're like, yeah, this thing can work. So that's when like we pushed ourselves and like we moved on.
Oh, wonderful. That is really amazing. So you identify the problem that the market is facing, and then from there, you build a prototype, a solution to help basically the challenge that most farmers are having. They say the maize farmers, and facing the issue of drying their commodity, and then you came up with a solution. So did you come up back in college with your friend with the idea, or was it one person, or collectively when you're at uni and you find actually this is a challenge that our community is facing, and then by coming up with our ideas we can solve it? Was it one-man idea, or it was like a collective group effort?
Yeah, it was a collective group effort. Like we, as I have said, like we, back at university we had entrepreneurship club. So like we, at the beginning of the semester, they could come and highlight like at least like six challenges. They'd be like into energy sector, transportation sector, like in every sector they'd be like, we're facing these challenges, and then like we could start brainstorming, like bringing the solution. So that's when like with the help of the team, that club and the other farmer we met, so we were able to bring that thing on board.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Let's spin the wheel for another round of questions.
Oh, this time I'll go slow like this.
You got 8. Let's see what's going to be your next lucky number. 5. And you said, it's 5 your lucky number, that's what you said earlier.
Yeah, 5, yeah.
Wonderful. That is really amazing. So I would like to know, growing up as a kid, did you envision one day having a solution helping farmers to tackle the problem they're facing in agriculture, or currently linking farmers to the markets through working in the supply chain of transportation and logistics? Did you envision that growing up, or you totally had completely other vision about your life?
Yeah, like to be honest, it became when I was like in university, actually like in year 3. But like growing up, I used to tell my family that one day I will be an engineer. I'll be like making these infrastructures like bridges, highways, or like this thing that really do help the community. Like I had that passion, and then like as I grew up, I tried to fine tune into the solution that I'm currently working on.
So as a young person, you completely had different ideas, and then as you're growing up, you start getting used to the different problems, and then now you in agriculture.
Yeah, now I'm in agriculture, and yeah, so like initially I thought I'd be an engineer, and now I'm more of a farmer.
Are you enjoying what you're doing?
Yeah, like it's a thing I do with passion, with energy. You know, like I wake up every morning like at 5 or even at 4, knowing that like I'm just going on the site, you know, like where I can drive at least like a minimum of 3 hours, just going to meet the farmers and know what's going on there, and so as I can keep helping them. So it's a thing I do, and I enjoy it, yeah.
I can even see that the way you're explaining how you're passionate about what you do. Yeah. And I would like to understand, what do you think about technology-based solution now, part of what you provide, your solution, your technology solution to the market? What do you think about technology-based product being important in today's modern farming? Is technology imperative in agriculture we are facing? What's your take into that?
Yeah. I think we need technology more than ever, because like right now, when you try to look outside, it's like we facing climate change, you know, these disasters, we're trying to cope with them, the growing population that we need to feed, and other more catastrophic events that affect the farmers on a daily basis. So like we need to be smart and highly adaptive as in more than ever. And that's when tech comes in, because normally the way I do define technology in simple terms is like when we bring science into action. Yeah. So like we've been dealing with science, and this is the moment, like if maybe like in the last days, maybe people could rely on seasons to grow crops, but like this is not the case. So like if you do that, I think you'll be in a rose, and then that's when people brought in irrigation. And I think so. This is the right moment so that people could start thinking like and deploying right solutions so as to advance the modern farming.
Wonderful. So, as you've heard from Thierry, technology is very, very important and imperative in modern farming because technology is an enabler and it solves most of the challenges, and it saves time, it makes you work faster, it enables you to be more efficient in your entire operation, and enable also you to be more accurate both in your focus, in your planning, and in your production. And that's what they're basically doing with their mobile drying machine, which is very, very important. So can you spin the wheel for the next round of questions?
Yeah.
You got 8, you got 5. Let's go and see your next lucky number.
Oh, boom. 14.
That is 14.
Yeah.
Coming back to your mobile drying machine, which is fascinating, the fact is it's powered by solar energy.
Yeah, sure.
So can you tell us what is the long-term plan of your business in terms of scaling? Are you only looking at offering your solution or your product serving only the Rwandan markets, or you also have bigger plans to bring the products to other African countries, because it's a technology that is needed, especially to help in the modern farming?
Yeah, like I can say that I'm currently like targeting the local market, because when you look at the maize industry, it's like it's like the overall market is something worth more than 50 billion USD. Like 50
billion?
Yeah, 50 billion.
That's
and
huge,
like,
man.
Yeah, that's huge, and that was like in 2019, and now we are into 2021. So like the market grow bigger, and so like the plan for this mobile drying machine is like I need to bring it into perfection, because like like we kind of always developing, we are in need of improvement, and then like once I have brought it into the final stage, I'm looking for, we start to scale into the other market, like we've got the South African countries, the Central African countries, West African, and all those are all people who need solution. And I have tried to talk to some, like yesterday, I talked to some people from Ivory Coast, and they're like, yeah, this thing can really do help us. So like that's my mission, like that's my goal, to grow with. Yeah, maybe you could have CropTech Rwanda, CropTech Congo, CropTech Nigeria. That's the dream. Yeah.
As you've heard from Thierry, the long-term plan, they basically have bigger plan to scale and grow. And not only they're not only limiting themselves to Rwanda, but bring the know-how technology to other African countries. And my follow-up question, you won a lot of hackathon, being the first winner. You've got a lot of investments in your business. Can you tell me what makes your product unique?
Well, like the thing that makes my product unique, and the reason why I'm still surviving on the market, we at CropTech, we have this spirit of being more customer centric. Like we design as per our customers' need, not as per our view as designers. And these are the things that have helped us to bring the solution on the market and make it successful so far. And like another thing is like, this is a whole new concept. Like I can say that dryers haven't been there. It's true, dryers have been there, but like the ability to bring solar energy into the farming industry, and then like bringing it into the mobility aspect, where we can come on a farm, like you as Christian, you'd be like, hey Thierry, could you please come and drive for me? Instead of saying, could you please come at our like on our station? So it's rather you who calls us, and then it'll be like, just come over and drive for us. Yeah.
Okay, that's really amazing. Where you, what I've heard from your explanation, You also care a lot about your customers, where you put your customers first. Part of what makes you unique is you care a lot about your customers, you understand their needs, you understand their demand, and it's basically very, very important in business, where successful businesses, they put their customers first, and they try to listen to their customers more often, and they try the best that they can to be closer to their customers. That's basically what CropTech Limited is doing. They bring their mobile dryer to the farmers, and then they make the solution closer to the problem, and it's pretty amazing. I would like to understand and know how you're a young entrepreneur and you started your business with other fellow students back in uni. How does it feel being an entrepreneur?
On top of everything, it brings joy and some sense of freedom, because like when you're an entrepreneur, you have got all this room to exercise, like being creative, being innovative. Like when you think of an idea, you just have got this whole time to test it. So it gives like all this space for you to be more innovative, more creative, like than as in you need to, because it's like you are your own manager, like you schedule your things, you execute them as you need them. So it's like it gives you enough room to grow, like make mistakes, you learn from them, you correct them, and then like you keep on moving on and growing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Let's spin the wheel for another round of questions. You got 5, 8, 14. It's what's going to be your next lucky number.
The next lucky number, I think, will be 6. 7.
6 is closer to 7. Wonderful. What do you think about young people involved in agriculture? So what do you think can be done so that we can see more young people involved in agriculture? Because as young people, we have a lot of ideas, we have a lot of solutions, but what can we do to see more young people investing in agriculture, coming up with technology-based solutions to improve problems we're facing in our agricultural system and industry?
Like I can say 2 things. Like one being like these are all stakeholders in the business ecosystem in Rwanda. So I'm like NGOs, in private companies, the public sector. It's like they should, like in terms of putting in enough effort so as to avail the information to the youth, because sometimes youth end up having these kind of myth and understandings, wrong understandings about the agriculture sector, where they be like, if you are to be into the agri sector, like you'll be spending your whole time on farm, like just growing crops, like doing these things. And in fact, that's not how agriculture works at the moment, because like the value chain, it's a wrong thing. I mean, it's a whole like big thing. So it's like you can be a farmer on farm, you can work on post-harvest side. So like when such information is available to the youth, I think it will help in increasing the engagement into the agriculture sector. And another thing, calling on upon the youth, my fellow youth, it's like this is the, like we've seen during the lockdown.
Yeah.
Like they were like, all businesses should close down except health sector, agriculture sector. Like people are allowed to move, so like we had passes, like you could move the whole day. So and this shows the urgency and the importance of the agriculture sector, because like the population is growing and like we need to feed all these people on earth. So it's like it's the only place you can invest and you secure your investment. Like with the least minimum investment, you can earn more.
Okay. I will not add more on that, as you've heard from Thierry. With lower investments and lower risk investments, you can earn more. And obviously agriculture, it's like the backbone of Rwandan economy. Like It's contributed a lot to the GDP of our country. And agriculture is very, very important. So to all entrepreneurs out there and fellow youth, it's time to bring our amazing ideas and see how we can invest more in agriculture. There is a lot of effort that are already in place, and let's see if we can also be part of those efforts and come up with our solutions. And you started your company working on your solution back in university with your colleagues in 2018, and then you registered your business in 2019. What are the things that you've acquired as learning through along your journey of growing your business to now that you didn't know back then when you started?
Yeah, so like when we were making all these business plans, business models, sometimes I remember we could also like calculate and be like, yeah, we'll be earning this amount of money, these millions of money. And then like, I remember going first on the market, it's like our first machine broke up, like when we were serving our initial customer. And I was like, I thought on that day I was so sad and like devastated. I lost hope. And as I went home, I just sat down and I was like, we sometimes make plans and there is the real world out there. But like the thing I learned along the way, it should be highly flexible and be adaptive, know when like to change. Because like as I just try to adapt to the situation at the moment, and then like I managed to move on. So like the first thing is like have a proper plan in place, and then like, but know that don't stick to the plan. If things goes wrong, just have like know how to adapt yourself. Be highly flexible enough. So that's the thing which will actually help you.
Wonderful. Yeah, as you've heard, one of the things that Thierry and his team learned through along the years of running their business. Sometimes things or numbers, projections, they don't make sense, or they're not validated when you start. When you have a business plan, you do ambitious projections, but you learn on the job, you learn by doing, you learn by serving your customers, and sometimes it takes time for things to pick up, but you don't need to give up. You still need to be driven by the vision that you have. You need to understand why you are an entrepreneur, the why you are in this game, the why you're serving your customers, because it's very, very crucial, and it's very, very important to help you move forward, to help you survive, to help you continue. It's very, very crucial, and it's very, very important.
Yeah, sure.
My follow-up question, Thierry, will be, was your business affected? I know most businesses were affected during this pandemic, during COVID-19. Was your business much affected? If yes, how? And how are you coping to keep your team together? How are you coping to still reach your target? How are you coping to still be mentally ready to keep moving on?
Yeah, it's true. Like every business was hit by this pandemic, but like we are also into the business world. Like we are crop tech, and like we are affected because if we had maybe to ship things from, let's say, even like to the neighboring countries, because like there come a time when the borders were crossed and like moving was like challenging, and then like this reduced our efficiency in terms of reaching people we wanted to reach, and like the revenues had to go a little bit lower. As I have said, like we had projections, and like when you plan, it's like most of the people didn't know like we could have such event. This event could occur, so like we did not take into consideration this event, and then like it came on, and like so our projections like didn't match our reality, because like what we projected and like what we were earning, there was a difference. But like we did not stop, and we as a team, like we managed to work remotely using like these online meeting platforms. We like, I was like, if I'm not maybe just going, how can I keep prospecting? I just had to make phone calls. I just had to do like some video calls so as to make sure I keep bringing people on board, and the team work remotely. And yeah, so we are still working as CropTech.
Wow, that's really amazing. I just like the way you adjusted to all the changes by embracing embracing working from home, and also keep prospecting and looking for leading customers, even from home, even from simple phone calls. And it's very, very important. Those are like the basic fundamentals of keeping teams together, continue being on top of your relationship with your buyers and different stakeholders involved in your production supply chain, which is very, very, very great. And I like the way you were able to adapt and embrace all those changes that came with the pandemic.
Yeah.
I would like to know when do you expect and plan the finished drying machine to be ready to commercialize? Can you disclose how much are you planning to sell it? What's going to be the price? And what are the challenges you're currently facing in your production and manufacturing? Yeah.
Like starting from the production and manufacturing point, it's like we were actually planning to have finished the whole process by July. So like it's 3 months away from now. And we just decided like to push it a little further until December.
Okay.
So that's when the whole thing will be out, because we've got some few touches like to deal with. And in terms of the prices, as I've said, CropTech, the customer is on front of everything. So we just make it like highly affordable, you know, to the point like the price will be far lesser than the value we're offering. You see, so like farmers won't find it hard to afford it, because if the value is much higher than the price, so you understand how affordable it is. Like I can say it's cheap, because we don't offer cheap things, just we offer affordable things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. To all the people involved in agricultural sector, stay tuned. agri-tech Limited has good news for you in the next coming month, and they're providing a valuable mobile drying machine linked with sourced with solar energy to enable you better do your work, to enable the challenges of not having your crop being dried, which is basically a major challenge with the aflatoxin, which is linked in most of the maize produced, and they will provide a valuable technology and product to you. And my follow-up question will be, we've seen you've secured a lot of investments and for your business. Is it easy to secure investments when you are in agri-tech sector compared to other sector? Was it easy for you, and what is your what's your take into that?
Like what I could say, it's like currently like the government, also the private sector, it's like they are investing a lot into the agriculture sector. So we've seen like a lot of call for applications, encouraging like entrepreneurs who are into the agriculture sector to apply. So it's like I can't say it's that easy, but like seeing how the ecosystem is growing and the effort being brought in, it's not hard as in the last years. So things are just becoming easier and easier to the point maybe like in the next 3 or 4 years, it will be very easy for entrepreneurs in the agriculture sector to secure investment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me wrap up this conversation with my last question, and I will shift the gears here from business to your personal life as a person. Can you tell me what are top 3 things you care most about in life, and why you care about them?
Yeah, so it's a hard question.
Is it hard?
Yeah, it's hard. Wow. But like the things that it's like the list is known. Okay. But like
3 top.
3 top. Yeah. 3 top. It's like the first maybe I can I can't call it as in saying being materialistic, but like I think we have to care about ourselves because like we are the greatest investment. Like our mental health, like our whole whole like how we grow, how we do things. So it's like we need to take care of ourselves first. Like when to work, when to just relax, when to have a walk, like as in just make sure you stay healthy. So like this kind of taking care of yourself, and the second being my family, of course, like brothers, sisters, parents, friends, as well as the community, because like this is the environment around me, and I do believe that if things are not going well within my vicinity, I will also be affected. So like, you need to take care of all these people around you. And the third being, like we've got vision, we've got goals to accomplish, we've got this dream, like we work on a daily basis. So like you need to take care of them to the point, like if you see anything taking you off the track, you should get rid of it so as to keep moving on.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
As you've heard from Thierry, some of the three things that he cares most about is his health, his well-being. You want to be healthy in all aspects. He cares a lot about friends and family, and he cares a lot about the vision, basically the company vision that he wanna accomplish. So we are coming to the end of this conversation, and my guest today was Thierry Schema, who is the founder of CropTech Limited, which is an agri-tech startup here in Rwanda that provides modern on-site farming, drying facility to maize farmers. And on top of that, they provide crop logistic transportation and linking farmers to the markets. Thanks a lot for making it to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Wonderful. The conversation continues on social media using the hashtag 60xbusiness. Remember to tag me. My handle is at Kitumaini. Till next time, remember to wear your mask, be safe, wash your hands, and I see you down the road.